Hello everybody, Lucian Albertine here, and welcome to an episode of a podcast like none other, where we're sipping the truth and stirring perspectives. But I'm not alone. I'm here with my two fabulous co-stars, hosts.
Morning, Patrick. What's up?
And I'm Lawrence, CPT.
You're sitting here with your paper like Ellen DeGeneres.
Because reality bites.
Okay.
We're gonna bit on reality like it's never been bitten before.
Let's go.
The truth has been spoken. Guys, this is Reality Bites. Listen, roll this intro. Let's start the situation. In tonight's episode, we're going to speak to somebody that is so awesome, a good friend of mine, a person that is beyond amazing. She's a TV presenter, radio presenter, an extraordinary MC, an entrepreneur, an auntie, a sister, and a daughter. I'll leave it at that. Guys, none other than the one, the only, Leigh-Anne Williams.
You practiced that, hey?
I did very hard.
You were like ding, 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 ding.
I don't know, but it was in the head though.
I know, you did well. Hello, everybody. Hi. It's so nice to be here with you guys.
Lawrence is sitting here with his paper, man.
I've got questions here for
Lawrence, they're killing you with those cue cards, hey? They're killing you. But I love it. I love it. It works. It works.
All right, Leigh-Anne, welcome to Reality Bites.
Thank you so much for
Our
having me.
very first guest.
Wow, I'm so blessed. But I think you had to, because Lucian has promised me like our entire friendship and career that one day we would have a show together. Imagine my surprise when I'm invited to a show that I am not a part of. But you know what? It's all good one day. One day.
But one thing about you is basically you are a manifestor.
Oh, wow.
That's one thing. Now we're going to get to that part
We're
too.
going to get there. We're going to get there.
So you just
Sure,
said that
that's
out loud
powerful.
again in front of everybody now.
Yo, hello.
And it's going to happen.
Put it out there.
Guess what is in the pipeline? Alrighty. So Leigh-Anne, for those who don't know, we're going to talk about all things truth, the journey of you, the person behind the persona of the media.
Sure.
And a lot of people don't know really who Leigh-Anne is.
Yeah.
You know, where she's from,
Yeah.
all of that.
Yeah.
So let's take us a bit on a journey. Where did it all start? Where did Leigh-Anne come from?
Well, one day there was Denise and Neville, and then the two of them. We don't want to go that far back. Oh, my mother's going to watch this. But anyways,
Hi,
this was natural.
Yes,
That's what
yes,
happens
yes.
in life. You know, that's how we all got here. Anyways, yeah, so I was born in KZN to Denise Williams and my dad, Neville. And a lot of my early life was spent moving around a lot because of, my dad's work. So I lived in Joburg, I lived in Cape Town, and then I went back to Joburg and then back to Cape Town and that kind of thing. So
Up enough.
Up enough. And I think the real stability probably happened when I was in high school. Moved back to Cape Town in high school and did high school here, did university here. Always had a dream that I wanted to be on a platform. You know, when you're a kid growing up on the Cape Flats, you know that you have a desire for something, but you don't really always see people like us on TV, so you don't really have anybody to look up to in that sense. But I knew that I wanted to be on a platform, and so I would take my mom's petticoats and I would put them on my hair and I would act in front of the camera, because for me, people on TV always have long hair, and I had so much. So I had so much of hair, so I had to, help along. And that was a dream that I had in my little heart, not knowing how it would ever manifest or how it would ever happen. And as life would have it, opportunities kind of come your way through many different channels. And I'll probably have to write a book for it. I'm not going to name every single one because we don't have a lot of time. But opportunity after opportunity, I think, landed in my lap. Because I think at every chapter and every stage of my life, I was always in the right place at the right time. And a lot of it came at the end of a very difficult season when I felt like, oh my goodness, like my life is going nowhere. It's never going to amount to anything. And then an amazing opportunity would present itself. So from humble, very humble beginnings, of not having much in the cupboards, having to get food parcels from the church on a Sunday, having to have bread that was bought on a Friday and you get it on a Sunday for the first time, having a mom that was a single parent and had to raise us by ourselves, my brother and I, to where I am right now. Life has been a massive, massive blessing. And that's all that I can really put it down to, is God having a plan for my life, and that plan eventually, coming to fruition. So, yeah.
I have a question for you. So you say you're from the Cape Flats. Where?
Belha.
Belha.
Marlon,
let's go to Belha.
Oh my God. Funny story. My grandparents were the very first, I think they were one of, the first 8 families to move into Belha when it was just sand, just sea sand. There was nothing. There weren't roads, there weren't schools. They were the first families to move in there. And then, of course,
when the sand was still white.
When it was still white, when it was still white.
Still white.
And my family is still in Belha. I'm still in Belha. So yeah, very awesome. That's so cool.
That's amazing. So Belha was the first Delft, right?
Yes, yes.
I didn't know that, though. I didn't know that.
And then what I wanted to ask you also is that, so I believe you were at UWC, right?
Yes, I was.
And then afterwards you did recruitment after
Yes.
that. So what was this
So
all about? What did you recruit?
Yeah, so I studied at UWC. I got my honours degree there, and then while I was busy studying, in order to help pay off my studies, I started working for the recruitment office. So it was the office that's responsible for going out to the schools and marketing the university to schools on the Cape Flats and on the grassroots levels, and getting them to come to UWC. So that was my first job. Like proper job. And then from there I moved on to Stellenbosch University, where my portfolio was a little bit more intricate, but and after Stellenbosch, that is when I entered the world of TV. So I studied language and communication. That was my undergraduate degree. And then my honors degree was I majored in English and journalism.
Mm-hmm. So when I originally read your bio, I was like, is she in recruitment? Is that HR recruitment? It's not, because I'm in HR, so I was like...
are you? Oh, yeah. No, I was in the recruitment of students to come to
Students,
study at the university.
which is so cool. And that journey alone, helping or trying to get the children from the Cape Flats to go to universities, was that fulfilling in some kind of way? Did you see some success stories?
Do you know what? It was very fulfilling. And I'm actually so happy that you asked that question, because it was quite interesting to see how different things were when I moved to Stellenbosch University and how different it was when I worked for UWC. With UWC, a lot of the kids came from very difficult circumstances.
True.
They would study by streetlight. They would have maybe one meal a day. I went to many schools where when the teachers were talking to them during assembly, you would see just this vacant stare, And I knew that I have an opportunity to instill not necessarily information about a university, but to instill hope within a child who really doesn't think that they're going to amount to much. When you look at where they come from, when you look at what their home circumstances are like, there's probably nothing that's going to come of their lives. So I really use that as an opportunity to instill hope more than go and speak about a university, and to look at those kids who had very vacant stares on their faces, and by the end of your talk to see fire burning in their eyes. Because for once, someone that looks like me, that comes from where I come from, is telling me that they've come from where I come from. They've had nothing. They come from single parent life.
Possible.
And it's possible to achieve something, to see that fire burning, and 2 years later, be walking down the street and to have someone say, oh, you were at my school. Because of you, I was able to do that. Wow. Because of what you said, I was able to achieve this. That to me is probably the most fulfilling time of my life, to know that I might not have gotten you into university. I don't know how you will get there. It's not maybe even about university. It's about you believing that I am someone and I can achieve something in this life. And that to me was, I think, the most important
And also,
thing.
I think it's like so important because our parents sometimes didn't have those opportunities back in the day. So it was very difficult for them to explain that little section of
100%.
education to us. And I think that is where I've seen that
Yeah.
I didn't know, like when I was in grade 12, there was usually people coming to school, like your universities, and that literally changed my life. I didn't know, okay, I can study this, I can do this, I must have these type of subjects, etc. So what I do again in my personal capacity, I have this little small project where I go and I help learners in grade 12 that's struggling.
Yes.
And then they will
Struggling
come to
with
me.
what?
Amazing.
Struggling with what?
Struggling with certain subjects like
Okay.
your mathematics, your
Awesome.
physical science, your accounting. So I'm very good at that. So I will
That's
assist and
awesome.
help there.
Yeah.
Because I believe that grade 12 is the biggest year of your life because
Yeah.
you're going to use those results to apply to universities,
Yes.
etc.
Yes.
And you mentioned something now about seeing that look on their face and saying thank you to you for like inspiring me. That is so fulfilling because out of my hands from grade 12, I have
Yeah.
2 students that is teachers today,
Oh,
and I have 1 medical doctor.
amazing.
So for
Wow,
me,
that
that
is
is just
so
so fulfilling. So
cool.
I believe in that. So,
Yeah.
but that's also they didn't have that support structure at
They
home
didn't.
also,
They
and I believe that's where
didn't.
we step in, where we can
Yeah.
make a difference, even if it's one person that you touch.
100%.
So for that, I applaud you because
Oh,
well,
man.
I know the
We
feeling.
need
It's
more
so
of
super
that.
cool.
We need to be doing more of that.
That's
hey?
beautiful. Well
Yeah.
said, Lauren. So I applaud you as well for
That's
that comment and for what you are doing as well. I didn't know that.
Come on now.
Come on
You know
now.
each other, yeah,
Spell it true, honey. Spell it true.
Was it nou dag gechal?
I might have mentioned it.
No, you missed that part. I didn't get that part. All right. So Leigh-Anne, yes, love the journey from moving from province to province.
Yes.
Where did you find the most stability?
Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Yeah.
Cape Town was home.
Cape Town was home. Cape Town is home. It's been the probably the biggest part of my life has been here. My family's all here. So yeah, this is home. This is where the stability has been in very unstable times, might I add.
And obviously, like you mentioned earlier, your mother and your father split when you were younger.
Yes.
And obviously,
Oh, no, not split. Yeah. Dad went to buy bread. And we're
then
still
she
waiting.
never-
We're still waiting for the bread.
Not to the Friday, to the
there was no
Sunday.
splitting. Oh, ons wag nog vir die bread.
Vir die brood en hier gaan dinge se ander mense meow.
You know.
I stand
Ons
corrected.
wag nog.
He went to go buy the bread and hy het nooit teruggekom nie.
Just like it.
He's at the farm. He's now, you know,
Zo'n boer
Definitely.
en
grain,
farmer.
the bread,
Busy
making
pick
the bread.
wheat,
And there you,
know,
go.
busy getting the wheat from
Girl,
the
he's
field.
coming.
Milking the cows.
Many,
know.
many, many years later.
There you go.
Do you still have a relationship with him today? Or better words,
Yeah.
are you in contact with him?
Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I don't. There's no malice. You know, there's no malice. I think that because I've always grown up with such a supportive family and I've always had amazing uncles in my life, and I had a grandfather who basically was like the father figure in our home. I could never say that I lacked male role models. I can never say, there was, but a father does play a pivotal role in one's
100%.
life, and I think it took him a long time to reach out to us, and eventually he did, and I thought that I'd made peace with it, and you realize, oh my goodness, I still have all these issues and these tissues, and you have to deal with it. But I love my father. Even though I don't speak to my father, I always know that if any time he ever has to call me or reach out to me for anything, I will help him. You know, I will never turn my back on him because we're all saved by grace. So I don't have the right to turn my back on him. But no, and it's not even because of hurt or anything. There's no relationship. There
Kind of is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is.
yeah.
Life's moved on, you know. So yeah, but I still love him, wherever he is.
A lot of people can't say that though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
People can't say that because a lot of people still harbor that.
Oh yeah, and
Ill feelings
and I
towards
still
that.
have to do the work. Every day I realize, there's still parts of me that's still hurting. There's still parts of me that I can see like little triggers in my life, and I'm like, okay, there's a little girl that's still hurt because her dad left. But it's my responsibility to work on that. I can't take that out on other people.
And look at those girls today.
Look, come on now.
on,
Look,
come
now.
on.
There's something that I heard that Tyler Perry said that it's a loss, it's a grief.
Yeah.
You don't know how to deal with it. You don't know when it pops up.
Yeah.
Like you said, little triggers.
Yeah.
For example, somebody said to Oprah and to Tyler that I've lost my mother just now,
Yeah.
but I'm still very sad, but I'm keeping myself so busy
Sure.
so I can forget about it. And Tyler said he did this exact same thing. We keep himself so busy. That grief is still there.
Yeah.
It will wait for you until you're done.
100%.
And then,
yeah.
boom.
100%.
Lang gewag, maar ek het you know.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So,
Yeah.
I can't relate to that.
Yeah.
But I can understand it. I can understand that because there's so many people that's going through it right now
Yeah.
and be like, oh, Leigh-Anne is still having that. She's dealing with it,
Yeah.
but in a good way.
Yeah. Yeah. It's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
and I
Life-
think like me and Marlon both lost our like our mothers.
I'm
Mine in 2019 and him in 2020. So that feeling of grief and loss, it never goes away,
Never
kind of.
goes
But
away.
you have to move on. You have to, you know.
have
and,
to.
and I think that's the most difficult
Yeah.
part. But it's what you make of it. You
Yeah.
understand? I'm a certain song. I'm going to grieve, but I'm going to do something
Yeah.
about it. But yes,
Exactly.
sometimes when you are alone in your room and you like go through the
yeah.
emotions and you
Yeah.
miss that person, etc.
And you know what? I think these things don't happen like in isolation. You know, I think the saddest thing is that the person that walks away is the person that has to live with it for the rest of their lives. You can never celebrate the moments in my life that I've had. You can never be a part of those moments, and I think it's probably worse. It's probably worse to be on the outside looking in, knowing what you actually chose to walk away from.
Exactly.
This is your firstborn. You know, this is your secondborn. You will never be able to reclaim that. I feel that that's far worse. So I don't think there's anything that I can ever say to you that will be worse than what you've already experienced in life because of choice.
Different perspective.
Exactly.
Because of
Putting
choice.
yourself in the other person's shoes.
Yes.
I always say that. I always try to
Yes.
put yourself in the other person's shoes and see it from their perspective.
100%.
Like, I mean, look at the successful
Yeah.
woman you've turned into, and him observing that from the outskirts. It's
Yeah.
just like, you know what I mean? Like, but
It
that makes you
can't-
such a beautiful
exactly.
person.
Yeah.
Because you can literally put yourself in that person's shoes and see like, and then you would rather feel sorry for that person. You have a beautiful heart. Can you just say that? Yeah, I feel so
thank you.
warm inside you now. Like you have now because
Ja,
I've never
we've
looked at it
worked
like
a
that.
long
Drag
time
is
to
a
get
truth.
there.
Step on the truth.
We've got,
This is for you.
yeah, we've taken a long time to get there, you know?
If you don't mind me
I was wondering, hi, welcome to the show.
Don't mind me asking. Fry.
Everybody, Marlon has entered the building.
like I know, you know, I don't know without fear of, you know, maybe being too personal, but like how do you deal with it? I know obviously like we all deal with it in our own ways,
Yeah.
but like how do you deal with it in like your in your way?
Yeah.
How do you?
Yeah. I've learned about myself that I internalize a lot of things. So Lucian will probably know about me. I'm a very private person. I don't share, ek raas nie, ek blaas nie. I don't do those things. I get very quiet and I internalize things and I kind of like deal with it by myself in my own time. And I think, you know, it's been a lot of, I read a lot. I watch a lot. I take in a lot of things. You know, like therapy is great. I love that people say therapy, but it's expensive, child. It's expensive. You want help? You need money. You know, we need government to like help with that because our people need therapy. But I've been a Christian my whole life, and I think that I don't know where I would have been if not for Christ in my life. I don't know. I probably would have made the world's worst choices
Jy is baie heilig.
because
Ek weet hy. Baie heilig.
my shoulders are up and everything. Because it's statistically proven, you know, that kids that come from single parent homes don't always make the best choices in life because they have lacked certain things, you know. So it's by grace alone. I'm not to say that I haven't made bad choices in my life. I think we've all made them. But I think that's the one thing that's kept me grounded. That's the one thing that's kept me coming back. And I remember once we were living with my grandparents and life was very difficult. And we were living with my grandparents. Life was very difficult. And I remember going outside at night and I screamed at God and I said, like, why? You know, why is this my life? Why, you know, we have a home of our own. Why does my mom have to struggle like this? Why, God? And it's almost like God said to me, you don't have a physical father. I will be your father.
Boom.
I will be your father. So look at me like your dad. Ask me like I am your dad for anything that you want. When it's the right time, I will give it to you. And if it's not the right time, you will have to wait. And that's been my thing. I'll be like, So,
Exactly.
the bank account's a little empty. Can you help your child out a little bit here? And bling, there'll be a job.
I was just about to say,
You
thank
know.
you, Pastor Leigh-Anne, and going to the streets.
To the streets. I mean, like you said, I can ask you. So I'm asking you.
Pay your bills.
So, if that answers the question.
Thank you, Marlon.
I have a question for you now. Like, with regards to, you mentioned that you made, it's like we all make bad decisions
Yeah.
in life.
Yeah.
Can you share one of those with us? And then also, like, what you learned from it. I think that's the most important part.
Gosh.
Must I answer that or should she?
Well,
I'm kidding.
being friends with Lucian, definitely I should have thought that. I kid. Bad decisions, it's gosh.
You don't have many.
No, I don't. So I need to go and I'm kidding.
If I can make an example of like one,
Yes.
just to like thinking, like I always believed in the saying when it comes to friends, whatever, you always have to be honest with your friends,
Yeah.
because if you're not honest with your friends, and then you're going to be fake towards your
Yeah.
friends, right?
Yeah.
That's what leave it.
Yeah.
But then some people, then the whole other side of it, use that honesty to break people
Ooh,
down.
no.
You understand?
That's not
so
your
there's
friend.
two types of things, and sometimes you don't really have to be that honest with people.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But you have to be sincere, and I think that is one of the bad decisions I've
Yeah.
always like. I always said, I'm going to be truthful. I'm going to tell my friends the truth, whatever. So that was a really bad decision I think I've made.
Yes,
You understand?
yes.
Because somehow I did not consider the other person.
Yes.
So because
Yeah.
It
it
depends
is.
on the situation of what you
Exactly.
were in with. I mean, me and lived together.
Yeah.
We were roommates. Flatmates.
Flatmates, yeah.
Roommates is like you sharing the same room.
Yeah.
We had separate rooms.
Of course.
No, I want my own space, Say that, Romara! Tapi kapan kamu sekolah may bad ka? No. But we had a good time.
Yeah.
But I was a very boring person to live with. I was just want to be home after work. I want to be home and just let me be. Go to the events, go out. I don't want to go. I just want to be in my peace and quiet moments. But that taught me a lot. I learned a lot by living with someone. It could have been anyone, doesn't say just Leigh-Anne, anyone, but it made me realize that I need to live alone.
Yeah.
And decisions we've made together as a roommate, friend, couple, friends, whatever.
Yeah.
Certain decisions was off,
Yeah.
especially when the landlord. I mean, when they broke into our place, the Monday and the Friday, and we had to make a decision: are we staying? Are we going? That kind of decision because
Yeah.
was
Do you remember his name? We could have given him a nice shout out now.
I know his name, but I'm
You're the worst
not gonna give the name. No, I know. I got tabs on you. No, I still know the name, but I will not mention the name. And that was a very difficult decision and a very difficult time, and it made you question: did I make the right decision going in? Do I regret living with my friend? Do I regret making that hasty decision to go into this agreement to sign a lease and something like that?
Yeah.
So could it be potentially something like that? I don't know. I won't take no offense. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
no offense.
no. For me, I think probably one of the worst decisions that I've ever made in life, because I don't believe in mistakes. Like in the immortal words of Rihanna, she said, never a failure, always a lesson. Do you know what I'm saying? So I think we go through life and we think, oh, I failed. No, you haven't failed. You've learned. You've learned one way that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So with our living situation, we learned that, first of all, we had a very expensive apartment as well.
Very.
We had a Hitler of a landlord. Do you know what I'm saying? And we also lived in an area that we didn't know we were going to be robbed. He was going to be robbed blind. All of those things compounded and made something that was beautiful in the beginning not beautiful because of the challenges that it threw at us when, to be honest, we were just two people that loved each other and still do love each other. And by the grace of God, we're still friends till this day. So it didn't break us. But those are the things maybe we should have researched and looked into the different facets of having an apartment that was like rah, but can we afford it? Is the area safe? You know what I'm saying?
We just came from Thailand.
We just walked into it. And I think one of my biggest not lessons in this life is being an entrepreneur and starting businesses when you haven't done your research, when you really haven't, you don't necessarily know the people so well that you're going into business with. You guys are just friends and you just started. Where is your business based? Can you afford the rent? Are you sure you're going to make that money? Now you've got staff. Now you've got all of these things. Oh, you don't know that? But let's start another one. Yay, we're going. So you learn hard and expensive lessons along the way. And I feel like that's probably been the biggest learning curve of my life, because when you're paying salaries out of your own money, you need to...
Out of your salary.
Out of your salary. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody eats except for the boss. So from those decisions, I'm still learning hard lessons today, but it's lessons that have taught me things that I probably would have taken maybe 10 years to learn. I'm grateful for them.
100%.
Does it mean it stopped my entrepreneurial journey? Oh no, now I'm addicted. Now we got to do another thing. Because I love what I do now, you know, and now it's working. Now it's gaining momentum, but hard lessons had to be learned because I came from the school of knowing nothing.
100%.
I knew nothing about it, you know.
I can't help to pick up this beautiful story here. You and Lucian, besties, friends for a very long. How long are you guys friends now?
So, funny story. Our family, Marlon, wat maak jy?
You break it, you bought it.
Are you that Are you stores? Drink met jou mee. So, not knowing, my mother never told me the story, but Leigh-Anne's mother, my mother, and my entire family in Elsie's, I'm from Elsie's, by the way, guys.
What's up, Elsus?
Grew up together. Leigh-Anne's grandma, Mark Conley, was the what's called it, matrone, a matron,
Yes.
a matron to my grandmother that helped with my uncle, my mother's brother. Midwife vibes, midwife. I'm gonna say the wife mid, but that vibe was
die
literally
Engels
there.
raak op.
Niet raak dat we opnemen to
Engels
my
is op,
time. So that was a connection already from their
Amazing.
childhood. So when me and met each other, I think you did a modeling show on Espresso with Shawno.
Yes.
That's the very first time.
Yes, that was
Yes.
when Espresso had just started.
Just started.
Michael Mall was still on.
Correct.
Yes.
So Leigh-Anne was a model, wada. And just by Leigh-Anne just being there, not talking, modeling, I'm just observing her. I was a little intern there, like a runner vibes, you know, doing the grunt work. Make us see me any. Call the shots now.
No sige mas.
It's the for me.
I'm sorry, no offense to nobody, no offense to no one.
We all got to start somewhere.
Yeah, thank you. And then by just observing her, that connection, I think was just there already from the get-go. The universe just probably wanted us just to be friends from the get-go. So that's where, but we're friends for almost 10 years?
More.
Is it more?
Way more.
Yes, correct.
Yes. I think we met.
It's 12 years.
I'm gonna go around 2011.
11, Clayton Mora's very first party.
6 maybe 2006, 2007, maybe even 2008, around there.
Ik ken niet doen.
So yeah, it's been a long time.
What you trying to say? Don't let this grandkid, do not let this grandkid fool you. I'm only 22.
In Dino weer.
Fairly legal. Worldwide. But yeah, that's our
And that's beautiful because I'm just thinking like we friends now for more than 10, well since 2012.
2012, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
like,
beautiful.
yeah. Also, so I like hearing the stories like where
Yeah.
like people came, like how you became friends, whatever, blah blah blah, etc.
Yeah.
Which is so awesome because
Yeah.
it's just something I love, you know, and to see that friendship still
Exactly.
there
I'm
and
not the
existing.
family.
I said, oh
Yeah.
What is that supposed to be?
no,
It's shady. It's biased shady.
I'm just
Very,
thinking. I'm just thinking now. Seeing that he knows your family, I was go all over the show. Can I Can you find
Give me also a kachi.
We're getting excited for Leigh-Anne. Give me another one.
Questions are spicy.
Yeah, you look. Yeah, because you're doing this. I want to do this too. I was going to feel like, so, Leigh-Anne.
Question number 3.
But I'm actually number question number 7. So, so what would you say was the highlight of your entire journey one of the highlights of your like that you will always remember.
Yeah.
That it's just something when you like think back of your life, then you just envision that and you're just like, oh, that was one of those moments.
Give us one.
I don't even have to think hard because there's a few, but it would have to be Strictly Come Dancing for me.
I wanted to ask you about Strictly Come Dancing.
Oh my gosh.
Did you have to? Okay.
Yes.
Could you dance before the time? Or did you have to learn how
So
to dance?
I did spiritual dancing in church, but we know it's not the same. It's not the same. When you're in those, it's not the same. I have never danced professionally. I've never gotten training. I've never gone to a dance school. None of that. So everything for me was, I was completely new to this world,
Especially the world of ballroom.
Especially
and
the world of
Latin.
ballroom. Plus, I don't work well with beat, so it's not like I don't get things naturally. I'm not naturally rhythmic and stuff like that.
Okay.
I need to learn and I need to really get into it. So for me, I think for my dance partner at the time, I probably was a big challenge to him because I'm not a quick study. I don't learn things quickly. But when I learn it, I never forget it. So that is the nice thing about me is I struggle. I know people are like, whoo, Lord, can I have another partner, please? But when I get it, best believe every single thing you have taught me, you're going to see on that dance floor and you'll never have to teach it to me again.
So you can still do it up until today?
100%. 100%.
So the very first episode, myself and my friend Aliki Zonderland, we flew down to go watch Leigh-Anne, and she was top number 1.
Oh,
First episode.
Come on.
And not just that, number 1 for 10 weeks in a row.
Wow.
Don't play now.
Don't play.
Don't play now.
Don't play.
But they must always, what did they always say? They must always say.
Yeah, must always
Must say.
And there you go.
The ones that's going high.
That is that is a very difficult kind of thing. It's a cha-cha, and then you get the, what do you call it, the other thing that they have?
The rumba, the pasta doble.
Yes,
Alice.
it's that, oh, you know all the names.
You know the names, darling.
Don't lie.
The only thing I can do is choreograph TikTok dances, so the only one I know is like,
Hey, come on.
that's all I know, and my friends taught me that, so by the way, Mana can buy a quiet dance, so.
Really, Martin?
Yes.
You must come show us.
No, we can actually dance. We can dance.
Everything. Huh?
He's not just a baby face.
Come on, guys.
He's a dancer.
Listen, I always said if I didn't have to work like for money and to like pay the bills and survive, and like life took care of everything, I would honestly find myself a professional dance partner, and I would go to Blackpool just once in my life. Just once in my life.
You have to do Blackpool because that's where every single world-renowned
100%.
Latin and ballroom champion
Give me 2 or 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and that's just what I would want to do if I did not have to work,
So Leigh-Anne,
No, go.
what's next for you?
What is next?
What can we expect from Leigh-Anne?
So, this has been such an incredible journey for me. I've experienced the highs, and I've also experienced the lows. And coming off of being on Espresso for like 9 years and doing radio, which I still do at the moment. At the same time as well. There was a little bit of a moment where I had to step away from the spotlight, if you will. And it was really just coming to a place where I'm like, who am I now? I find myself, whenever I want to do stuff on social media and stuff, for a long time I asked myself, what is it that I want to say? Like, what is it? I don't want to just, you get people that talk for the sake of talking. I don't want to just talk for the sake of talking. I want to say something. And what is it that I want to say? And what I want to say next will be my life's work for this next chapter that I'm moving into. And there was a lot of soul searching. There was a lot of finding myself again. And I feel like I am emerging from this cocoon that I've been in for a little while. This reawakening, this reimagining of this new person. And it's been such a difficult yet rewarding experience. So I would need to come back at episode 10 maybe, where we can properly talk about it, because right now there are things that are in the works that are still at such fledgling stage. It would be it would be a little bit irresponsible to talk about it now, but but it's coming. It's coming, and all I can say is it's going to be big.
Me and Marlon had a conversation kind of similar now the other day, and he said, you know what, I realized that as we grow, like no one actually knows what they're doing.
100%.
Exactly. Yeah.
You don't.
Just like talking about that revelation that you had this one day, and I was like, oh, amazing. Because I'm very structured. Like I'm very structured. Like I'm gonna do this year, I'm gonna do that, and in 5 years' time, I want to do that. Way Marlon's just like,
we're going here.
Yeah.
But that is something, we learn every day and we grow, etc. Like and it's weird because if I look at my sister, them at home with the children, like she's already also a nice age, but still she also don't know what she's doing every day. But yet we strive to be a better version of ourselves every day, and I think that is my motto. That's what I love at the moment,
I think the one thing for me that's so important, and it's always been important, but this at this chapter of my life, I think it's more important, is I went to the funeral of my first ever church leader. His name's Gerald Joshua. Incredible human being. Changed the lives of so many people. Like it is, you will struggle to find one person that Gerald did not touch. Like this was a man who went on his honeymoon, actually got married, didn't even go on honeymoon because he had taken in 3 young, boys that didn't have family or home and stuff like that. And he became like their foster dad. And he was like all of our fathers. And he passed away at the beginning of this year. And I think there were maybe 3,000 people at his funeral. Wow. And I looked at everyone and the stories that everyone was telling. And I was just like, Gerald touched lives. Mm-hmm. And at the end of it, before we went to the grave, everybody got up and gave him a standing ovation for the lives that this man had touched. And as we were walking through the graves and everything, and I was looking at the gravestones, I looked at one thing caught my eye. The only thing that we are remembered by at the end of our lives is that date that it shows on our tombstone of when we were born. Then there's a dash and the date when we pass away. And that dash says everything. That dash that's your life. Like, what does my dash mean? What will my dash say? What am I going to do in that period between being born and passing away? What will my dash mean? And for me, I just want to live a life that is so intentional that my dash has to be one that is remembered by people. And that's what I want to leave behind, I don't want to just show up for the sake of showing up. I'm like, what does me showing up mean? Like, I need to be intentional now about everything that I do. Me being here wasn't just showing up because I know Lucian. I'm like, I know anything that Lucian and Lawrence and Marlon attach themselves to is going to mean something. So it's good that I'm here, And that to me is just what this season of my life is like. It's being intentional, that dash, man.
I think I'm going to be part of a little dash in the middle because I think I've learned so much from you today. Actually, I'm going to be a little bit emotional right now.
I think on that note, that was such a soul-to-soul moment.
Yeah.
Definitely was.
We need to cheers to that. And cheers to you. Mm-hmm. Cheers to us.
Come on, let's go to Marlon, guys. There you go.
That was beautiful, Lee.
Thank you.
The reason why I'm saying that is because I've never looked at it in that way. I think the three of us, the dash, what does that mean?
Yeah.
And it makes you put life in so much crazy perspective in the sense of you need to live for the now, live for the moment, but live with purpose.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes, see?
Yes, man.
And you are such a strong woman. Like you know what you want, and you are very sure of yourself. And I think that's something we all strive to be, or we're striving towards it. And like, especially when you know yourself, you understand, you know what your purpose is, and you know what you want to do with your life. And that's a beautiful message. And I think it's something I will carry with me forever. Not only that, but the other things you have mentioned today, like putting yourself in other people's shoes and stuff, is really something that I've planted a seed in my brain that's going to live by me forever. And one day I'm going to tell you, or you're going to see it, one of the two, I will tell you, or you will see it, that seed is starting to grow. And afterwards is going to have beautiful leaves and is going to bear fruit in the future. And hopefully that fruit I can give to somebody else so that they also can plant seeds. etc. So
Love it.
that was beautifully.
That was beautiful. Oh,
Lawrence, don't cry now.
Hindi ko klaar na, my zin. In tijd, of ja.
Lawrence. Guys, on that note, alrighty, Marlon, what do you have for us?
Okay, cool. So, Leigh-Anne, in the true fashion of our little reality bite show, okay, cool. We're going to ask you, I'm going to be asking you some quick fire questions.
oof,
Okay, cool.
I love those.
Lovely. Okay, cool. So the first one that I want to ask you, first one I'm going to ask you is, no, I do have it. I just don't want to go with that one first. No, I promise. I just don't want to go with that one first.
Memorized.
Okay, cool. So the first one I'll ask you is, what was the worst pickup line that you have ever gotten from a guy?
The worst pickup line. Gosh, I don't get bad pickup lines because I don't entertain mukhus.
Girl.
Oh my God.
Lawrence is so excited about this situation. Girl.
So they best know their story before they even come to me. But I can tell you the worst ever gift I got was from my first ever boyfriend. That for my 21st birthday.
I know who that is.
You know who that is. He probably gonna see this. He bought me a packet of Mari biscuits for my birthday.
I mean, it's the thought that
It's etched in my mind. Still very traumatic. A whole packet of Mari biscuits.
Hy
It
was
was
vergeet
gold.
om 'n tee te maak.
I was gold Mari biscuits. I was the tit. And after that day, I was just like,
Bye now.
Okay, the second one I have for you is, what would be a deal breaker? A deal breaker in a guy for you?
A deal breaker in a guy?
Yeah.
Whew, it would have to be a lack of ambition.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love
That's
that.
it. Is there more?
No, he asked for one.
Yeah, just
But
Is there
there's a
more?
lot
Is there
more.
more? Is there more? Oh, maar laat
Yeah.
hom more.
No, I would love him to love Jesus, but I'm like, if he's not, if he's
Full
sitting at
time.
home and be like, girl, did you bring in the money? I'll be like,
You must have some
in
gold
my
ambitions.
The stranger
Security! Security!
I'm with you on
You
that
know,
one. That's one of mine
exactly.
as well. Definitely. Definitely.
I would like to say things like bank balance and, you know, all that kind of stuff, but let's just keep it ambitious. Yeah.
Okay, well, and then the last one I have for you is,
There's only three. Oh,
yeah, I'm
sorry.
only going with 3. I'm only
Okay.
going with 3. The last one I have for you is, quick and short, what was your most embarrassing moment, if you'd like to share that with us?
What was my most embarrassing moment? Ooh, there's so many. Gosh. Guys, I've had a lot of embarrassing moments. The fact that I am still here is
Smiling.
amazing and smiling, you know, and not, I've had a lot. I worked in live TV and there's a fair share of embarrassing moments in live TV. Yeah, so I don't know where, do you know any most embarrassing moments?
It's not my moment to share. I've got a very good embarrassing moment.
No, he's got a lot, and I'm sure I was a part of it.
No, that was on varsity, my
Oh,
third
okay.
year when we went to Grahamstown for the arts festival.
Yeah.
And Grant Swampy was our director that time. And we on stage. This is a moment where me and Armand Okamp, well-known actor Armand Okamp, were on stage and we're having this conversation, but there's like a days of our lives moment, man. When we have to look in each other's eyes and we must talk. But I'm the glue of the cast. 'Cause I'm just like this kind of Becky, this kind of Becky. So I know everybody business, you know, everybody business. So now we have this moment. I'm to reveal something to him, but I can't.
Yeah.
And I'm looking, and we're having this moment, and then he corpsed, which means, and I laughed. And while we're on stage, the auditorium is full.
Oh.
Thank God I had a dark pants because I pissed myself. I peed myself right there in Grahamstown, in the auditorium for everybody to see. But they could only see the droplets as I'm going, and down the leg. But if I had a pants like this, it would have been so. They could have seen the entire patch.
Yeah.
And we're
Gosh.
dying of laughter internally. It was hectic.
It was crazy. It was
But
crazy.
we got the words out there.
But
But
you got the
backstage,
words
I
out.
was soap nut.
I remember once I was
Not in that way, Lawrence.
so happy.
Oh, but I
I'm
didn't
so
say that's
happy.
what she said.
Oh my gosh. Family show, or is it? I remember once I was when I was working at UWC, I arranged a career exhibition for about 20,000 learners. So they're coming in, they're going out, they're coming in, they're going out. And I would always start with the pamphlet with, all of the faculties, and I would say, these are the faculties buying time to empty the hall so that more students can go inside. And this is actually a terrible story. I don't know why I decided to share this, but this is the one where I'm like, oh, please swallow me now. And the next group of kids arrive and I hold up the pamphlet and I'm like, hi guys, welcome to UWC. As you can see, these are the faculties that we have. Guys, please pay attention to the pamphlet.
Something is showing.
Guys, if you will just, and
Something is showing.
Wat
het geweest?
at one point, someone said, they're from visually impaired.
No wonder die kinders kyk so aan.
The kids are not looking because...
So
as you can see, that moment, I was just like, well...
Lawrence?
I'm sorry. I'm in it.
Too soon, Lawrence, too soon.
My apologies.
And at that moment, you're just like, guys, please enter. So, yeah, that's why you must always purvey the
I think
land.
there's a reason why you chose that one because
First, look before you speak.
trauma. It's embarrassing. It's trauma.
I think I stood there for like 5 minutes afterwards, just staring at the ground, being like, what just happened? I'm like, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Marlon had a whole conversation with my cousin. He's deaf, and he didn't know. A whole conversation when he started.
I was like, yo, I don't think he likes me because he just
But he's
looks
looking
away
at
with
you.
that.
But he didn't know he was deaf. That was also very funny for me.
I think what it teaches us in life is to, I think sometimes we get so used to thinking that, everybody that we meet is, I wouldn't necessarily like, we
You're
have
so
to be
comfortable.
aware. We have to be aware of people around us. We have to be aware of, the things that people are going through, what challenges they face in life. Because to be honest with you, some of the people in my life that I would think are otherwise, like hearing impaired or differently abled are some of the strongest people that I know. Literally, like in terms of spirit, in terms of like going, I've got a listener on the show, his name is Soren. Soren is paralyzed from the neck down. Soren will come and visit me at that radio station. There is nothing that Soren cannot do.
Love
he comes,
that.
he'll bring me a chocolate, he's texting all the times and I'm like, how many times will I go and just go and visit someone else, for any reason. So I think that for me was probably the biggest reason is like, Leigh-Anne, just be aware of life and people around you, it's a good lesson in just open your eyes and actually look at people, like see them,
Yeah, Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon.
It happens.
Guys, I think that was beautiful. Lee, you were a wonderful guest.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Thank you for sharing
Thank you.
your life journey, your story, and where you are now. And I think the three of us can walk away tonight by saying, we've learned something. I definitely have. No, this one definitely did.
Oh, yes.
And reality literally bitten us.
Oh.
And thank you for your wisdom, your guidance, and just your perspective and your outlook. It's beautiful.
Thank you. And I want to say thank you to you guys as well. Like I said, I know that whatever you attach your name to is not going to be so. I think it's going to do amazing things, and you're opening up the industry, and the people that you are going to have on the show are people that I respect so much and who I love. And I'm just so proud of you. If it wasn't going to be with me, I'm so happy that it's Marlon and Lawrence. I appreciate it. They're good. They're really good. And your whole team.
In the pipeline,
Yeah, and your whole team as well. So congratulations on your show. Ching ching. I can't wait to have a little bit of a knartsie after this. But well done, guys. Well done.
All right, guys, on that note, we'll conclude this episode. Thank you to our wonderful guest, Leigh-Anne, from myself, Lucian Albertine. See you now.
Lawrence CPG.
Your boy Marlon Patrick over here.
He's soft again. I don't know why, but
Your boy Marlon Patrick over here.
we'll work on that. We'll work on that situation, guys. Please follow us on our socials. Please like, share, and comment, and subscribe right here on Reality Bites. Until next time.